The following is rated not safe for work. It contains strong language, adult situations, and lots of spoilers. Discretion is advised.
In the criminal justice system, cinematic-based offenses are considered especially heinous. The dedicated attorneys who investigate these villainous films are members of an elite squad known as the Reels of Justice. These are their stories.
Order, please, order. The Reels of Justice is now in session. Judge, God, I wish I could go ass sliding with Ryan Luis Rodriguez presiding. The all rise for the Honorable Judge Rodriguez.
Be seated and fuck whoever wrote that statement.
That was Ben. I had go balls out. I'll have you know. Come on.
They changed the movie's title and you changed his nickname.
Have to change. Oh, I'm sorry.
Welcome to the Reels of Justice. Today we are hearing the case of the people versus Rad, a 1986 coming-of-age sports movie about a young man seeking to reach the top of the BMX scene by winning its most prestigious event to date, Hell Track. For those of you unfamiliar with our court proceedings, we are here to determine if this film is guilty of being a bad movie. As always in this courtroom, films are to be considered excellent until proven awful, and the burden of proof lies upon the prosecution to prove beyond a shadow of a reasonable doubt that this film is guilty. Mr. Maynard Bangs, you are representing the prosecution. You may present your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. This movie has tiny bike riders, stunt double hiders, stunt double colliders, shallow love story with two ass sliders, soggy bottoms, lousy paper boy can't get in college, didn't study, evil businessman does evil business, crew no racy, and it makes me kind of angry, it makes me kind of mad. The scenes in which they're dancing are particularly bad. I find it hard to sit here, I find it hard to watch. When bikers bounce in circles, it's a very, very rad world. Thank you, Your Honor.
Very nice.
Good song choice.
Royalties are owed to Tears for Fears, but that's okay.
No, it's Gary Jules. He ripped them off.
Thank you, Mr. Bangs. Appearing on behalf of the defense is Mr. Justin Andrews. Please present your opening statement.
Thank you. And I don't have an awesome song to sing you guys, but I will tell you. That was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, honorable judges, and anyone who's ever attempted to a wheelie after watching a movie they absolutely should not have been inspired by. I stand before you today to defend the 1986 cinematic masterpiece, Rad. Now, I know what you're thinking. Rad, really, the movie where small town kids solve an emotional, a social, and economic problems with a BMX bike and peer pressure. Yeah, that's Rad. Because Rad isn't just a movie, it's basically Rocky, if you think about it. That is
that's my case.
Yeah. Sal's on board. That is, if Rocky was an angsty teen with a paper route, terrible decision-making skills, and a mongoose bike. Let's be honest, it's no accident they cast Adrienne to be Crew's mom. And where else? I mean, where else in film history are you going to find a bicycle ballet set to Send Me an Angel, performed with the sincerity and magnitude of Swan Lake? Let's not overlook that Rad is the only movie brave enough, courageous enough, irresponsible enough to ask the hard questions like, what if the Olympics happened at a high school dirt track? What if the villain was named Duke Best, who looks like he sells used Trans Am parts behind a bowling alley? What if we replaced every plot hole with a sick ass backflip? The movie has the emotional depth of a BMX bike tire, and I will still defend it because every frame screams, we had no idea what we were doing, but we did it all with heart.
Nice.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews, for that nice prosecution. Mr. Bangs, you may proceed with your first exhibit.
That was my entire case, word for word, Your Honor. I got nothing now.
You got it,
Because I agree, this is just Rocky with BMX bikes. This movie has every bad sports movie cliche in the book. A young upstart talent who climbs the ranks way too quickly and seemingly without any effort at all. A shallow love interest that's just tossed in to appeal to the female members of the audience who got dragged along on date night. And as was pointed out, it's no coincidence that Talia Shire is featured in this film since her entire career was made by that cliche. Yeah, Adrian, you suck. You're bad. We'll go over Adrian one day in another case, but you suck. Let's see. Comically evil competition who actually wind up having a heart of gold in the end. Comically evil businessman who only sees the game as a means to his own financial ambition, and he uses bureaucracy to impede our protagonist at every step. Bad stunt doubles, continuity errors, cheesy 80s rock soundtrack. Mom, can we have Stan Bush? We have Stan Bush at home. Stan Bush at home. Getting ready to break the ice. I can't remember how it went. Apparently IMDb says John Farnham, who does this, is like the most popular like a vocalist in Australia or something, but there's no way that that's true. Now the only thing this movie is missing is like a training montage. I guess instead we get the racing montage. That might be enough to count, but at least a training montage would have filled us in on how Crew got to be good enough to compete with the best in the world. But let's start things off here with our bad protagonist. His name is Crew. And I originally thought that was just like a nickname short for Cruiser, which I thought was a portmanteau for crummy loser, because he's such a crummy loser. But actually, it's short for his given Christian name, which is Christopher. It is actually Christopher, but I'm going to call him Christopher for the rest of the name because everyone in the whole movie calls him Crew. His mom, his teachers, even his boss and the people he bullies every day, they all call him Crew. Now, Crew is a 23-year-old paper boy who's still in high school. Bill Allen was 23 at the time of filming, and because the film never gives me a specific age, I'm going with the fact that he's 23, but it's okay because everyone else in his high school is 23 as well. And so this is how he becomes a great bike rider. He's a paper boy who, I don't know, even after years of doing the job, he can't complete the task on time ever. Like he's apparently always been late every single day. And he just generally pisses off everybody in his neighborhood. And when he's delivering papers, he like gets on a dumpster and rides it over a fence because that's something that happens in BMX a lot. And he also runs from the police seemingly every day to try to kind of give him some sort of a bad boy edge. Now, why? What is he trespassing in that lumberyard? If so, why doesn't this police officer just go to his house and give him a ticket? Like he knows who he is. He chases him every single day out of that lumberyard. Go arrest him. And as far as that, his home life is not that easy. His dad died many years before out of embarrassment for his son being a 23-year-old paper boy. And his mother and him have a lot of tension because Crew, even though he's 23, has still not passed his SATs.
But wait, he died when he was 23?
No, his dad died. His dad died. I don't know how old how old Christopher was at the time.
Christopher Sr.
Mr. Andrews, you did raise plenty of these questions in your own opening statement. Would you care to rebut any of them?
Yeah, well, I agree that there should have been a montage to stay true to the 80s classic training sports type of movie. However, I would like to point out that Crew Jones, he's technically the original influencer. This guy, basically today he'd have like a $4 million or 4 million follower TikTok account. and all you just got to do is sell elbow pads at a discount, and it's basically like, that's a home run. It's very relatable. um, um, let's see, Crew Jones, the man was ahead of his time. What can I say? I know that Rad's like super cheesy, and it's got that whole 80s flair, but that's why we love it. It's because we're not looking for super serious, traumatic backstories that make a whole lot of sense. We just want a fun adventure with a lot of kick-ass bike riding.
If we're not looking for traumatic backstories, why not have a father? Was it just too expensive to cast one more guy?
Yeah,
Probably.
it's a cost issue.
Yeah, it's just a little bit cheaper to make it a single parent household. Now, as far as Crew being an influencer, that's strange to me because the Crew we see at the beginning of this movie is a complete loser, like a crummy loser, like I said. In fact, when we see the most realistic scene in this entire movie is when he tries to get a date on a bicycle and the girl totally rejects him. Like, yeah, get a car, you total loser. Yeah. Like, that's...
He worked his way up.
It was seemingly just because he qualifies for the race. And again, I don't know how he got good enough to be in that race. We might touch on that later. But he's basically not popular at the beginning of this movie. It seems like almost everyone hates and resents him. And then at some point in the movie, a switch flips and he's just liked and successful and popular all of a sudden.
Well, he had his crew of friends, so to speak, and they were close to him. He impressed them a lot. He was the best out of his group, and practiced every day, like you said, running away from the cops. That was training grounds for him. So in a sense, he was doing his little training montage in the log scene with that. Also, yeah, I think that he's supposed to win you over towards the end, and so it's his challenge that he's not accepted and he doesn't have real direction. But this sense of being better and becoming something great is what supposedly drives the story, so he can actually become his own influencer, own his own company, and promote himself and not be stifled by the corporate greed and the evil empire, so to speak.
So you're saying that this is a consistent story arc?
Yeah, sure.
See, there you go. There's a lot to touch on, but yeah, like to me, we don't see how Crew gets so good. I mean, especially when he's in the first qualifying race, I think he's behind quite a bit. He takes a few shortcuts, like he just barely qualifies. And then in the final race, he's able to keep up and in fact defeat who we're told is the greatest BMX rider in the entire world. I mean, this guy's already in magazines. Bart Taylor, who's the evil competition. There's two villains, right? There's the athletic competition, and I don't actually think he needed to be evil, but he is outrageously evil. He's got these two floozies on the side of him that are arm in arm with him, so you're a little bit jealous of him because he's got girls. He's in magazines. Handsome. He's already got t-shirts, actually, because we see the redheaded kid at the beginning of the movie has a Bart Taylor t-shirt already. So this guy's already got merchandise out there. He seemingly has BMX racing experience. And so Crew comes out of nowhere with no experience and is just able to beat him because it makes for a good movie. I mean, Crew is basically, he's a Marty Stu, right? A male Mary Sue. I'll call him Mary Crew. Because he's able to just succeed out of nowhere, really without practice, right? Like Lori Loughlin, I can't remember her character's name, but she's Lori Loughlin. She said it took her 6 months to learn the backflip, and Crew learns it in an afternoon.
Star Wars did it with Rey. So, sometimes you accelerate your progress. And, he was accepted by his peers. The whole town was behind him. They believed in him. It's a story of really everybody coming together and pouring all their energy into one small town hopeful, which is supposedly should give us all a bit of inspiration and motivation.
I'm inspired. Now let's touch on the evil businessman, kind of the other villain who's in this movie. And he really wants Bart Taylor to win this race because apparently he's created a whole bunch of merchandise with him on it. And if he doesn't come in first, he thinks it will just like rot on a shelf. As if Scottie Pippen never sold a jersey in his life. You think no one's going to want to buy the t-shirt with the second best BMX rider?
Mm-hmm.
And so instead he wants Crew to throw the race. Now, Crew is clearly willing to go talk to him. Why doesn't he just ask Crew to join Team Mongoose and ride for him? If Crew wins, great. You get a second big star to put on merchandise. Why make him throw the race to Bart Taylor?
Yeah, this is a very, very good question you raise. I was asking myself the same thing. However, it just didn't play out like that. So I think they were still going with that villain character. He's kind of your archetype, right? With the blonde hair and already famous or rich. And so, they had to villainize and for him to team up right away, it would have taken a little bit of the edge off, I think, of the race.
Yeah. Besides Rocky, this movie reminds me of Better Off Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean the 1985 ski movie. I mean how everyone in this movie would have been better off dead rather than be in this movie.
Bold, strong word.
You're right. That's what I'm here
Bad
for.
form,
I'm the
bad
prosecution. This whole movie does exist in its own sort of corporate ploy, right? I mean, we have this evil corporate guy, but really this movie is very pro-corporate, isn't it? Like, you clearly have sponsors of the movie itself in Kicks.
Sure.
You've got 7-Eleven plastered everywhere.
That Kicks Bowl's the best.
USA Today, exactly. Crew tested, mother disapproved. And so this movie clearly is sponsored. I mean, not to mention Mongoose too, right? Like, right. And all the other bike companies that are aboard for this. And why did Mongoose agree to let themselves be associated with Team Evil? Could they not have made up their own bicycle brand for the bad guys to be?
Maybe it's just it's the too big corporations versus, this is small business. This is pro capitalism at the end of the day. As
pro entrepreneurship.
Yes, as he's creating his own business through this as an opportunity. One thing we didn't touch upon was the twins, and that was another trope from the 80s. We got our double mint gum commercials.
Yes, you're right.
Yes, and I thought that was an excellent touch to have some villains be twins in there just for fun.
It was very hard to find two actors that look that similar.
That's never happened. I don't know another movie. So that was
could have
great.
Social Networked it.
Social Network did? Oh, well, there you go. There's one.
Did they use digital?
No, I said
did they digital it up?
Yeah, I said Social Networked it.
They might have done CGI to make twins in that movie.
Did.
I'm not sure. I didn't see it.
Oh.
Now let's talk about starting this business. Because really, Crew is not smart enough to start a business. His little sister starts a business. And she kind of starts a business. Like, where does all the raw supply come to print these t-shirts? Like, seemingly they're doing it in the school. So are these the school's t-shirts? Because these kids can't afford to buy like printing material and certainly t-shirt machines to actually print these kind of shirts. And for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, in order to participate in the race, like the organizers, Duke Best sort of cheats and they make up rules as they go along. And in order to ride in the race, you have to have a sponsor. Yeah. And so instead of going out and getting a sponsor, which you would think plenty of businesses would be like, sure, you've got a good chance to win, I'll sponsor you. They decide they're just going to start their own t-shirt business. But again, I don't know where they get the seed money for that or any of the initial supplies.
Well, they had the $10,000 that was the seed funding for him.
You're initially. Right about that.
And then, but the actual materials itself just kind of appeared. No, so let's just assume that maybe there's some special election or elective class where they have screen printing on campus on site. I don't know. I guess they're just left to make us assume.
That was my assumption too, is that the school had something to do with it. And they're also required for that business to have at least $50,000 in sales. which would be about $150,000 today. So it's an implausible amount of money to need to raise in just a few days. They could have easily just made it like $20K or something.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. It'd be about $150,000 with inflation today.
Now,
what it would be.
In terms of breach of contract as well, 2 times they came back and redrafted. So, there's a case that, he could have sued in a sense, and we wouldn't have had the race at all. So I don't know.
Very possible. I think there could be some litigious stuff.
Yeah, there's the movie.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but there's a lot more time spent in this movie on rules and bureaucracy and complying with them in business than are spent on bike riding.
Rad.
So fun.
Exactly. Comply with the rules. Befriend the police. Rad. Playing by the rules is so cool. Yeah. And the other thing is, ultimately, finally, to get this $50,000, right? The old man whose crew has been knocking over his coffee every morning for 15 years, I assume. He's been doing that every day. Mm-hmm. He decides he's going to buy 27K of the T-shirts in order for them to make their 50K limit. Why doesn't he just become their sponsor? I assume that all you have to do to be a sponsor is put your name on a dotted line and wear their shirt. He clearly owns a business. I'm sure it has more than 50K in sales. He doesn't need to spend $27,000 on T-shirts. He could just go, I'm your sponsor now.
But it just wouldn't drive the story. There's no there's no drama to that. So yes, you're making a rational point there, but I think
that is definitely my job. And since the bad guys can make up rules as they go along, like, why don't they continue? Why do they give up at 2 rules? Why don't they keep making more? One, the whole thing is it has to be a business. Right? This is not a business. These are some kids printing up T-shirts. Let me see your formal registration with the state and federal government. I want to see your dedicated business bank account that you've opened. Where are your federal, state, and local licenses? Show me your permits. Show me your employer identification number. This takes weeks to get in line. So that's all they had to do.
Too much bureaucracy for your average viewer. So
exactly. It was too much bureaucracy.
Yeah. No names that rhyme with blue.
Exactly. It all comes to nothing anyhow, since in the end, Bart Taylor basically just lets him win the race, doesn't he? Like, Bart's wide ahead and he stops and lets him catch up and basically throws the whole race.
I mean, it's very similar. Last time we reviewed Karate Kid, there's that sense that deep down too, even the bullies, like they see the flaw and the error in their ways and their master that told them to do something wrong.
That's what villains do all the time. I agree. They always find the error in their ways. But I agree with you. It is a lot like when we did Karate Kid. And I think that's kind of the point here, is they're hoping that this film will kick off like a BMX craze. They want their own like thrashing, like with skateboards. Yes. I disagree. This movie did for BMX what the Mighty Ducks did for BMX, which is absolutely nothing.
Every kid built the ramp after this movie 100%, and then went out and bought a mongoose bike and started going to these pump tracks, and it was literally a thing that every kid from the 80s knew about, and that's why they love this movie so much.
I don't know that every 80s kid could do it, because the problem with BMX versus a skateboard is how prohibitively expensive it is. Like a skateboard in 86, you could get a basic one for like $30. But even Huffies. But even a really quality, a Huffy's not like a BMX bike. Yeah. You're not going to be able to do the same kind of stunts in it. How many times did you break your arm?
It had pegs on it, so
This is the only kind of pegging I don't like.
Wow. It's a
but a basic skateboard is like $30 back then. A high quality rig would be like maybe 120. A BMX bike, they started about 200 and they got to like 300-400 ish. But more than that,
yeah.
Well, nowadays they definitely get up there. But even I was just taking a look at like old magazines from the 80s selling these kind of like mongooses, and a lot of them were in the $200 to $400 range.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you can skateboard pretty much anywhere. And skateboard parks aren't all that big, right? Like the average skate board park is like 10,000 square feet. But the average outdoor BMX course, like a whole course, is like 60,000 square feet, 70,000 square feet. So the point is, it's just harder to BMX. It's more expensive to BMX. And you can't just do it everywhere the way you can with the skateboard or the way you can with karate. With the karate, all you need is a gi.
Oh, I disagree. You could build yourself a nice dirt ramp in your backyard and have two and occupy a very little amount of space. So there's the pump tracks were very handy for that. But I do skateboarding, if you're going to compare the two together, was more accessible price wise, but it was terrible once you ran into gravel or anything where the sidewalk was uneven. So you definitely ate a lot of shins on a skateboard in comparison to a bike. So bikes were cooler, way cooler. Yeah.
I don't know. This movie doesn't make bikes look cooler. Did you see that bike dancing scene?
Have you ever tried some of that bike dancing? I don't think so. So
you know who didn't either? Bill Allen or Lori Loughlin. They're not doing any of the dancing in this movie.
Hey,
it's almost
it was a guy with a wig, and he was amazing.
Right, yeah. Right. It is. Actually, I believe it's Eddie. Gosh, I'll have to find his name.
Dance Pool.
That is not the name, but I like that name just as well. But it's the guy who basically was the influence for this entire movie. Eddie Fiala? That sounds
Eddie
right.
Deason.
Eddie Fiola, that's it. And actually Eddie Fiola was Bill Allen's stunt double, and Bill Allen had to dye his hair to match Eddie's hair color in this movie. Because he would not agree to go the other way. But yeah, and speaking of the stunt doubles, that entire scene where they're riding through the park, it's so clearly a man doing Laurie's stunt double work on the dance floor when they have their little rendezvous in the park. I mean, stunt doubles are a reality of film, but they don't hide them very well here at all.
I guarantee one of your favorite moments in the movie was when they were unnecessarily calling out every single BMX racer by name. Yeah. It was like a pivotal part to build the plot. So I thought
a third of this film was introducing all 20 participants in that final race. And actually, they only introduced 19. I counted. They didn't introduce all 20. And what's wild, too, is that they're all dudes. Right? Yeah. Like, of the 20 best riders in the world, there's not a single woman included, which leads me to the next point. Why is Lori Loughlin here? Like, what's she doing here? She's clearly a member of Team Mongoose.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. She is. But whose trophy? Because Bart has those floozies. Bart's got the two
women's league
groupie wannabes with him.
Sure.
And they're better trophies than Lori is, I'd say.
You could argue
but right. But the point is, what is she doing here? Because she's a member of Team Mongoose. So theoretically, someone paid to bring her along. They're paying to put her up in a hotel in this town. Like, to do what? She's not even in the qualifying race. They have her come up before the final race and they give her a trophy and say she's the best female rider in the world. How do you know that? She hasn't had to ride against any other female riders in the world.
Think she already accomplished that feat. And she
is that a prior movie?
Victory circle, obviously.
That's a prequel that we didn't get to see.
Yeah, that's the one. They're going to make
Girls
it.
Races was last week, just before the movie starts.
Now, a smarter movie would have had Lori falling in love with Crew and then being Crew's woman on the inside of Team Mongoose, giving him hints about what their weaknesses are, and then even qualifying in the final race and helping him even the odds in the final race, maybe neutralizing the Double Mint twins in the last lap. But again, that's a smarter movie. Here, she serves no purpose but to be pretty and a love interest for Crew.
Objection. She helped him develop his backflip, and she also called him out on his manhood. Which was very relevant to the story when he was down and out and woe is me. And she said, I thought you were a man. And that is the Rocky moment right there.
With your whole not owning a car and being a paper boy, I thought you were a man.
I mean, that's her perception.
You know, and of course they go on a lovely date. This is Ben's favorite scene where they go ass sliding, or as normal people call it, sliding.
Yes.
Since it is traditionally
good old water park, just randomly,
traditionally done with the ass. I love when they come at the bottom and you know, obviously they're ass sliding, so they're soaked, and then moments later they're standing in a sunset completely dry, even though they spent an entire day ass sliding. And then they did a little bit of foot walking. They went for some mouth eating, followed up with some lip kissing.
That's what's to do in that town.
Apparently,
showing her
it's
the
all-
ropes.
Right, and why is she even enamored with Crew? Like, immediately it's love at first sight, as if she's never seen a boy on a bicycle before, even though she apparently should be around them constantly.
I mean,
and
he's got moves.
He helped a woman get home to her pies in a parade. That's my kind of man.
I mean, he's got swag. What can you do?
He apparently does. I guess I'll close it out on this. The continuity errors are throughout this film, especially in the final race, but even the early race. People who are ahead are suddenly behind. People who are, you know, all of it's clearly shot in very strange order and edited back off terribly. And the reason is that as the final race, that course is actually so difficult, none of the riders can complete it in one try. So it's filmed over about 2 weeks. It's an unrealistically difficult track. So people's outfits change. Like I think Bart Taylor's outfit is reversed. It's backwards in a couple of shots. You know, people are suddenly on different bicycles. Even in the bicycle dancing scene, where in the room, Laurie has 2 different bikes completely. So where is my continuity director? Where are they? They got to help me out here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still wondering how Crew was able to go off track and it be legal.
Right.
Multiple times. But you know what? He's hacking the system again. He's you know, he's finding his way through all the red tape of bureaucracy and finding a way to win.
Yes.
So I'm on his team, dude.
He's breaking the ice. The prosecution will rest, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Bangs is rested. Mr. Andrews, you may proceed with any further argumentation.
I just want to say I proudly stand here to defend Rad. It's a movie so gloriously 80s, so profoundly unnecessary, and yet so completely unforgettable that it backflips over logic. Yes, it wheels over self-awareness, maybe, and lands perfectly in the hall of cult classics. So it's a cult classic. I rest on that fact.
Okay. All sides have rested their cases. The attorneys will now present their closing arguments. Mr. Bangs, you may begin.
Well, we've had a lot of fun here today, except for everything that happened in the movie. And I was going to give you Maynard Bangs' top 5 sports that are more interesting than BMX in no particular order.
Jesus
It was going to be very funny too, but unfortunately, someone selfish had to go ruin it for all of us. I won't say who. Let's just call him D. Schlenzo. No, that's too obvious. Schlenzo D.
Okay.
So instead, at the last minute and at great personal expense, I threw together Maynard Bangs' top 5 rejected obstacles of Hell Track that we didn't get to see in Rad in no particular order.
I made you better.
Number 1, the starting ramp. Now, it's common knowledge that the original starting ramp in this film had to be shortened because the stunt riders wouldn't agree to go down it because it was too tall and scary. But did you know that an even shorter, even less steep ramp was also built, just in case that one was too scary too? Standing at a little over 3 feet tall with a gentle incline of only 10 degrees, Little Tyke's My First Starting Ramp would have ensured a safer and thus even more rad race for all involved. And a great way to set the pace for the next obstacle, number 2, the Moat of Death. The riders have to jump their motorless cycles over a 6-foot pool filled with the deadliest semi-aquatic mammals known to man. You know the ones. Don't make me say it.
Damn it.
Those lucky enough to survive their venomous barbs and razor-sharp bills will round the bend and come upon our next obstacle, number 3, the ass slide. Competitors will have to dismount their bicycles and slide down our patented concrete Hell Track ass slide using only their asses. Competitors who attempt to slide in any other parts of their body will be immediately disqualified without exception.
Oh, no.
The rest move on to number 4, the Flaming Ring of Floozies. That's right, Bart Taylor's 2 Cinderella groupie wannabes will hold aloft a ring of fire that riders will have to 360 spin through, all the while rejecting their advances to go somewhere with them. Only men of iron will and determination will be able to resist their leopard-printed siren song. I damn well know I wouldn't. Luckily, Crew has withstood their temptations in the past, so I'm certain he'll have no trouble, but this final obstacle is one Crew will never be able to get through. Number 5, the SATs. Competitors will perform a downsider tail whip while simultaneously completing all 171 questions on the 1986 Scholastic Aptitude Test mid-air, including the written portion. Avoid being seduced by Bart's 2 floozies dressed as temple guards, cross the finish line in 3 minutes or less, and Schlenzo, tell them what they've won!
You've won a trip to space camp.
It was space camp! I wrote down space camp! That's it, Your Honor.
Oh, gee. Put me on the spot, Jesus.
Thank you, Mr. Bangs. Mr. Andrews, please present your closing argument.
Okay, Your Honor, the prosecution can nitpick Rad all day long. But at the end of the day, this is the only movie in history where a bicycle ballet is treated like a legitimate emotional breakthrough. That alone deserves acquittal and maybe a Nobel Prize in unnecessary brilliance. So sure, call it cheesy, call it ridiculous, call it the reason every 80s kid sprained an ankle trying to be Crew Jones. But you cannot call it forgettable. Because Rad sticks with you like glitter, trauma, or that one ex who still posts motivational quotes. So I'll end with this. If defending Rad is wrong, then I proudly remain guilty of being radical.
Thank you both. Members of the jury, Mr. Dylan J. Schlender, Mr. Big Ben Haslar, and Mr. I Ride for Me, Ryan Luis Rodriguez. Yes. You have all heard the facts concerning this case. It is now up to you to determine if this film is guilty of being a bad movie. The bailiff will escort you to the deliberation room to render your verdict.
All right, this way. Why do you suppose a bike can't stand up on its own? Maybe it's just too tired.
Jesus Christ, that was worse than oh god.
Genius.
Well, just nice. Glad it wasn't another ass sliding joke.
I'll just wait for the verdicts.
Oh no.
All right, gentlemen, Rad. Yeah, surely a lot to nitpick on this. We heard that from both sides. It seemed that they were both willing to concede that. I don't want to, just give that to them, even though they're kind of tag to me. And I want this movie to have the best shot it can possibly have. It is a BMX film. It is very much itself. It would be a very different film if it succumbed to a lot of the nitpicks that were put into place. I don't think it's trying to hit those marks. But it is undeniably very silly. The question is with intentionality.
Well, it's not ironic, which I actually appreciate about it.
Not ironic, and
yeah,
and it's sincere.
Yeah, it's sincere, but they don't quite understand how to make a movie. Though.
Yeah, with a line like
which is amazing considering it's from the director of Smokey and the Bandit and the Cannonball Run.
Okay, I see a lot of Cannonball Run in this, actually. That
and also, what's the thing? Megaforce. That was the movie he made right before this, which is the craziest fucking movie ever made. Made by a deranged man.
Blood is what you're saying. We should have managed our expectations instead of going in as cinema critics.
Well, no, because, look, I think ultimately what Justice said about this being a cult movie is indisputably true.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I mentioned that people knew exactly what it was.
If Riff Tracks has done it, it's a cult item, for sure.
Yeah, and but to what Maynard's point was saying, like stylistically, the way the story goes, the acting, and so many of the contrivances and the things they choose to focus on, like he said, the rules, the bureaucracy, like making the CEO
of meant to be a comedy,
really evil. I mean, but I'm not laughing. But that's the thing, though. So, are you laughing at the jokes, or are you laughing at how bad the movie is? And I just I feel like this is just kind of like a dud that we're pointing and laughing at. I had a lot of fun watching it though, but
I
I
did
think
too.
you can have a lot of fun watching bad movies. So
Mhm.
right now I'm definitely leaning towards towards guilty for this, despite how much I did enjoy it. Like, this is one of the few guilty movies I think I would rewatch if we come down guilty, that I would have rewatched, but you have to have that right context and frame of mind.
Well, are you
going
rewatching
into
it because of the way they want you to watch it, and you're saying no?
Well,
You're
who's
watching it 'cause
they?
the creators of the film.
You know, I don't know if we heard enough about what the creators' intention actually were to weigh that. You know, like
I don't know.
Obviously, I think they wanted to make a movie that had some cool stunts.
You have people like dancing to "Send Me an Angel" on bikes, like at their prom. You know, like that sets a tone. I think that's
a
kind
song that was in another movie that we've done too.
Yeah, what
It
movie
was in The
that?
Wizard.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I guess then it comes down to like how self-aware you would argue this movie?
I would argue
is?
very self-aware if they're doing things like that.
I disagree.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
disagree.
Think? Convince me.
That's
not my job.
All right. I see how it is. You're all too scared to set.
No, I would because it would be more of a point for the prosecution to make that argument. But
I'm
I
the
would
one that
say-
complimented it by saying it
Yeah.
wasn't ironic. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Talking shit.
Well, no, I'm not. No,
I'm
No, I'm
saying,
talking to Ben here.
Oh, I know that.
Do you
But I'm
think
just
it
saying-
helps?
Too bad, bully.
Do you think it
Bully
helped like
Ben.
kickstart BMX? Do you think or popularize it? Do you think people went back to it in the '90s when like BMX hit its peak?
With the X
is this,
Games, like that's.
Yeah, is this a
it hit
a
its
quintessential
nadir with the
BMX
X
movie?
Games.
I don't think people remembered this when the X Games started. I mean, this movie came and went like a flash, and nobody really remembered it until the cult audience
No, so maybe
Yeah,
it was
I
ahead of
started
its
to
time.
appreciate it.
I mean, I would believe Justin's personal testimony that him and his buddies made dirt bike tracks and
Oh, I'm
stuff
sure
like-
a lot of
I
people.
believe that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like if you saw them, like all sports movies when you see them as a kid influence you. Like I wanted to play hockey after seeing The Mighty Ducks, which would probably be the seminal sports movie of our age. You know,
I
so
don't know.
like
I
get
the
it.
Mighty Ducks too.
Oh yeah, not D3 though, for
No,
reasons that
no.
should be obvious.
No Gordon Bombay.
Exactly.
I shouldn't have watched
But
too many
anyway.
courtroom dramas. That's what.
No, but that's, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I watched Presumed Innocence at a very young age, and now here we are. Yeah, no, because I do think the movie is sincerely made, and the guy's just, you know, it's just not that good. You know, it's like when someone has all the ingredients, for a cake, and it just doesn't come out good. You know, and I have a feeling I just feel that's where this movie is. I just think it has on paper everything you need to be an enjoyable movie, but just as far as a structure and it being of sound design, I just can't get there, and I don't think
sounds like a lock-in. Is that a lock-in?
I think I'm going to be locking in here in a second. I'm just saying though, to put a fine point on it, is like I just don't think this was made with a hint of irony. I do think it was sincere, and I think they did their best, and it just came up short. So I got a locking guilty, even though, again, there's a lot of funny stuff in this, but at the end of the day, it is a bad movie that's enjoyable.
Ryan, are you going to make my life easy or hard?
I'll just say this. The movie is like an IKEA table. When you put it together, you're probably missing a leg. And that absolutely colors the rest of the experience. You're never going to get the movie
Raves,
that you,
Ryan
you're never
Luis
going to get the
Rodriguez.
table that you want, but you'll get the table that you have. And so we have to deal with the fact that Rad is maybe not the movie we want, but it is the movie that we are discussing. And because of that, you fuckers made me watch it, so I'm going to go guilty.
Aw, so it's definitely guilty no matter what. Well, I think when it like tries to unironically deliver lines, God, I wish I could go ass sliding with you, like completely serious. This is meant to be romantic. They know what they're doing. They know what that joke is. I think. I had fun with it. I'm gonna go not guilty. I think it's worth watching. If you're in that BMX sphere, which I'm not, but I think if you are, this is the movie you would watch. This is the BMX movie. But it doesn't matter. Guilty carries. So let's go tell that very handsome judge.
Mr. Foreman, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor, in the case of The People versus Rad, we find the defendant guilty.
The verdict is so rendered. Rad is hereby sentenced to a decade of ass sliding with no possibility of parole. Court is adjourned.
Plenty of ass sliding where it's going. Prison.
Brutal, dude. Yeah.
Well, I hope you like the ass sliding bit, because it continues. This is Delacroix Hardbum, world champion ass slider, reporting to you live from outside the Reels of Justice. Maynard Bangs, would you care to share your thoughts on the jury's verdict?
Well, Delacroix, even though I've never been ass sliding before, I reckon my experience of sitting for years gives me an edge in a serious competition against you, so I bet I could become best ass slider in the world.
You've never sat on time in your life.
This was a fun-ish movie, but I agree. I think it's fun to laugh at. I think it's a so bad it's good type movie, which makes it bad, by definition. I watched it once unriffed, and then I watched it once riffed with riff tracks, just so I could make sure not to make too many of the same jokes. I could see watching it again, but I would not watch it again unriffed. I would watch it again with riff tracks.
Riffed, it's tremendous.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. And here comes my ass-sliding nemesis, Justin Andrews. Excuse me, can we get a word on how you feel about today's verdict?
Well, it's a punishing blow, but I can't disagree. I have fond memories of it, and it was interesting watching it again as an adult. It was painful, but it's funny in its horrible acting and just ridiculous plot that makes no sense. But I thoroughly enjoy it just because of the nostalgia, and I kind of had a feeling that 2 is mainly to torture you guys with a terrible movie you had to watch. I felt like that was my gift to this podcast. And you need more terrible movies to review. So you're welcome.
All right. That's all we have from the courthouse today. Let's ass slide back to the studio for post-trial analysis. And away I go.
Justin, I hate to break it to you, but I don't even think this is the top 10 worst movie we've seen.
Oh, Freddy Contenders gotta be the worst.
Yeah. But you know, it is funny,
It's
Justin.
bad,
This does
dude.
happen to it happens to guests.
It's
They have
enjoyably
a
cheesy,
movie,
though.
a movie that they loved as a kid, and then they want to bring it to court, and they have to watch it with fresh critical eyes and go, "Oh
Yeah.
my god!"
Oh, I knew it was gonna get eviscerated, but I was like all for it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get roasted.
I think you did good though with it.
Yeah.
It is fun though. You can't argue it's fun. I mean,
I believe that you really liked it. But yeah, the kind of things that are real mind-numbing here are just boring films. This movie wasn't boring. It was illogical, but it wasn't boring. Like what that Conan the Barbarian we did, that was boring. That was painful.
that did.
So bring us, more mindless CGI
Dylan, is that
schlock.
still your least favorite?
Yes, very sloppy.
And that's the Jason Momoa
Has to
one
be.
for new listeners, not the
Yeah.
Not the good one, but
Yeah.
is that,
Oh, okay,
is that
good.
your
Yeah,
least
let's make
favorite,
that
Dylan?
clear. It's not Arnold.
Oh yeah, no, it's not the Arnold.
Not
one.
Arnie.
Not the
No, Arnie's
Arnold
is-
one.
All right,
No.
yeah, I would fight
Yeah.
you guys on that one for sure.
Yeah, no.
Destroyer
We're fine.
Destroyer sucks, but
We're
Yeah.
fine with the
Barbarian's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2011 though is probably my least favorite movie we've done on, and I had to defend it, and oh god, what a headache it was.
Yeah. So at least this was not dull. And
Yes,
it's so rare that we get a movie that was riffed. So I got to watch the riffed version too.
Okay.
And you should watch the riffed version.
I haven't watched it. Yeah,
If
I
you're
gotta check
familiar
that
with
out.
riff tracks, then you should
Mhm.
totally check it out. It's on their website. And
Yeah.
it's one they do live too.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you've got the
best.
whole audience there laughing along with them. So it's
And the lead actor is in the audience.
yes, he is.
Oh,
oh,
nice.
what a sport.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is a
what
good sport.
That's
They
legal.
show him
was
after
there.
the show giving high fives to everybody standing in line. I'm like, what a nice guy.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
And they were pouring and they were selling kicks at the concession
Lori
stand
Loughlin
too.
Oh,
not
my
in
God.
attendance apparently.
Well, I think she already went to jail for fraud. They nailed
She was
nailed
out by then.
Lori.
She was out by then.
They nailed Lori for all her college fraud jokes so much that I couldn't touch any of them. I wasn't able to make any. They also stole a good penny farthing joke from me. The bicycle with the big wheel on the front.
Oh, nice.
It would have been very cool to see them try to do a trick on a penny farthing. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, check that one out. So Justin, what's been keeping you busy? What have you been up to lately?
Oh, everything. I mean, we started an entire new branch of our company, and so we've been developing other trainers and coaches. We have 17 new coaches and trainers on staff with us, and that whole side of the house, like, we're now opening that up, so we also can do this remotely and have trainers run people through our programming and more hands-on approach, basically the human element in an AI world. We're trying to bring that in competition with it. And so we've been pouring a lot of our effort into that. And all the usual
AI
other stuff
influencing that sphere, that workout sphere.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you've even seen ChatGPT had a commercial where they were prompting it specifically for a workout, and it's just one of those. It's more in the consciousness of people to use it that way when they go to the gym and they kind of talk to their chat bot to outline a workout for them. So it's it's definitely affected our programming, sales, and whatnot. Maybe on some slight level, not significantly yet, but we're trying to stay ahead of that. And we just know that it's going to get kind of ridiculous in the future. So we might as well go all in on the human side.
Trying to keep the human touch.
Mhm.
I like it.
I've always seen it get something wrong though. Like in anything I ask AI, what does it get wrong on the workout front?
Oh yes.
Use 6 fingers to pick up
that would be trippy. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. They just had shown that so it gets hallucinations every now and then, and it'll actually spit out a significant percentage of just made up information that they've gathered. So I know it has given out some bad information for people already. So I think that it's a precaution. People should really not rely on these things. And it's good for us because it's we still remain relevant. A lot of it is using most of our information we've already put out. So
so you're analog in a digital world.
Yeah. Which should give you some sort of legal recourse of hey, you're training your thing on our information. Give us money.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah. Now, royalties.
Now, as a step back, though, let people know. So this is Mind Pump.
This is Mind Pump. Yeah, we're a podcast, fitness and health podcast, and the programming stuff I'm talking about is our digital programs that we also sell to put people on plans for very specific ventures that they're going on for their health and fitness. And I mean, we have 25, 26 programs now. And you basically kind of sign up, you get all the videos and the guidance and all that kind of stuff. And now we also have online trainers to help you through that process.
And those are great programs. I'm actually running Map Strong right now. And right before we started recording, I deadlifted 550, a new PR.
Did you? Look at you, man. All right.
I know. I wanted to have something impressive.
Strongest guy in the group, huh?
Physically.
Pixar didn't happen.
He has the pics. He has videos.
Send me a video, dude. All right.
You can't put those online, though. Yeah. He does them nude.
No.
Well, maybe keep that to yourself.
Yeah, I certainly will. No, but Justin, you always give us a sneak peek at the next MAPS program whenever you're here. You revealed Old Time Strength and MAPS 15 Performance were world premieres on Reels of Justice, I'm sure much to the chagrin of Doug.
Yeah.
Do you want to make it a repeat? What's the next MAPS program?
I don't know about your timing, but your timing is pretty impeccable. We just so Black Friday, we kind of decided we hadn't released the program, and this is the first time we did it on Black Friday, but actually that's not what I'm going to reveal because that's already been done. So the month of December, so I'm actually sitting on 4 other programs right now. And we've had this new strategy this year where we kind of fired our marketing company, and then we tried it out with another one, and we were having a lot of fatigue with our emails and kind of blasting people all the time about sales and all these kinds of things. So we backed off a lot. We haven't released anything in a long time. So I have 4 programs, 4 MAPS 15 programs. They're all new. There's MAPS Strong. There's MAPS 40 Plus. There's MAPS Symmetry. And then there's MAPS Powerlift. And those are all the 15-minute protocol versions of it. So that way people have, because of the success of MAPS 15, It's so convenient. It's like the volume's like super appropriate for everybody. I don't know. We've been getting a lot of feedback that's like everybody's favorite go-to right now. So we just kind of leaned into that and gave the different versions of our other programs just in that format. So I went ahead and did that.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I like the sound of 40 plus. I could lift 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Maps 15 is a great program too. Like my arms have never looked better than when I got done running Maps 15. Though I have to push back though. Maps 15 powerlift. I mean, that's going to be all your rest periods.
You'd be surprised. It's spread out. So yeah, I had to. That one actually had to think about. Yeah.
Ooh, you can get it tattooed. There you go.
You do 3 deadlifts and that's it.
Yeah, you got to rest for a long time, man. Sometimes like 5 minutes. So yeah, that might be more like Maps 45. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll check that out, man. Okay. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so, is there a website people can directly visit?
Yeah, you just go to mindpumpmedia.com, and pretty much everything's there as far as programming, episodes. One helpful thing, we have askmindpump.com, which is like our little AI tool that'll guide people for like certain episodes if they have a topic that they're interested in, or any kind of helpful free type of like documents or anything that we've put out. It'll spit that out for you, and that's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, we use it. We just don't. It just doesn't take over our entire business. So there's still humans here.
It complements it.
Yeah.
Yes,
perfect.
Exactly.
Awesome. And put in code Reels of Justice to get absolutely nothing off.
Get an error code.
You totally didn't work that out.
Free error code. That's all you.
I was just thinking evil business the whole time because of Brad. So.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, you have to start a business with 50K sales, using your sister and the local school.
She knows.
Now, we always ask for recommendations from our guests for movies you think people should see. So, Justin, what is a movie you think people should see?
Oh, so I love Memento. I don't know if I've brought that up before, but that just one of those like
I can't remember.
Exactly. You got to write it on your arms. So,
man.
That was one that I guess it was kind of I don't want to say M. Night Shyamalan, but it's one of those like reveals at the end, and you're like, whoa. I love that movie, and that's one of my kind of go-tos from the old VHS days. So I like that one. I was going to recommend Big Trouble in Little China, but that one I was like, we could totally roast that next time.
Oh, nice.
That would be tough. I mean, you could try it, absolutely, but I think it would. I think it would get.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I think because it's a movie that's aware of everything it's doing. Absolutely, it put fucking Raiden in that movie.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Like, trucker's
floating eyeball. Yeah, it doesn't get
right. Fu Manchu, basically, and
make that happen.
So.
I
I
put it on the schedule.
I think it has been on our list just because we want to discuss. I think it would get passed. I wonder if we could put it up against like Escape from New York or something like that.
That's a great.
Make it do like a head-to-head kind of thing. But cool. And Memento. That's kind of the very tail end of the VHS days. You could probably
I guess
get it
DVD. I should say, DVD.
Yeah. The inception of the DVD because it's.
Let's do Overboard versus Big Trouble in Little China. That's a good
on.
Are you thinking over the top?
I'm thinking Overboard. Captain Ron versus Big Trouble in Little China. If we're gonna do that shit.
What's Overboard? I don't know.
Overboard
it's him and Goldie Hawn. That's where they met.
So funny,
Captain
man.
Rick? No, that's the different
Ron.
Yeah.
Captain Ron.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
If you want to lose, you can bring
I'll
that.
Try to. Yeah, I agree. Does it have Raiden in it? Because it's at a severe disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Now, Schlenzo, one of the more deceptively simple BMX tricks you can pull off is the bunny
Space
hop.
Camp.
Yep.
Yes. It's the bunny hop, which segues effortlessly into my recommendation today, 2025's Rabbit Trap. It has nothing to do with bicycles, but cut me some fucking slack. Okay. It follows a married couple who move out to the Welsh countryside, where they meet a mysterious youth with extensive knowledge of the area's mythological fae, the Tylwyth Teg. I'm sure I've pronounced that wrong and will now endure the wrath of the fae. Nonetheless, the main reason I watched the movie is that it stars Dev Patel, who I liked in both The Green Knight and Monkey Man, but I was generally impressed with the entirety of this minimalistic cast, which is only a three-hander, as Ryan might say. Especially Jade Crute, who plays the mysterious child, as she is easy to lose in her role because she is both Welsh and a fairy IRL. It's a subdued, understated little psychological horror, big on the psychological, light on the horror, but it looks and sounds quite gorgeous for an independent film. And any film that concerns itself with elements of folklore is always right up my alley. If you want to check it out, Rabbit Trap is currently available for rent or purchase on the platform of your choice.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, like Dev Patel, I'm like, okay, he was cool.
Fantasy elements there.
Like a little, yeah, a little bit. I mean, it kind of tries to ground the fantasy a little, in the world, like if this was plausible, So,
Yeah.
Ryan, what have you got for us?
My recommendation this week is my third favorite film of 2025, Mary Bronstein's If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. A never better Rose Byrne plays a therapist who is a hot mess. She drinks to excess, is generally a nuisance to anyone in her orbit, including her unwilling therapist, a rare dramatic role from Conan O'Brien, and is stuck with her ill, food-adverse daughter hooked up to a machine through a tube in her stomach, and whose face isn't seen except for a brief moment. As I expressed in my weapons case, I strongly relate to any character with substance abuse issues, and when Byrne tries to buy booze after 2 a.m. and gets indignant, well, I've been there. Byrne won the Silver Bear Award at the Berlin International Film Festival, and if she doesn't get nominated for an Oscar, the industry, nay, society, has failed her. It plays at times like a horror movie. It is distributed by A24. And a black comedy the rest of the time. It is distributed by A24. I checked my Fitbit at the 90-minute mark, not because I was bored, but because I knew the running time and I didn't want it to be over. I have no idea where If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You will be streaming, but based on recent history, it'll probably be what is once again HBO Max.
Any
And
nods
Ryan
you think
got-
for Conan?
Pardon?
Any nods you think for Conan for the
No.
Academy Award?
No.
Not that good.
No, he's good. It's just there's only 5 slots, and he doesn't have a large enough role to be supported.
Gotcha.
Oh man,
and
I would
Ryan
love
got-
Conan to win an Oscar.
And Ryan got 10 zone minutes during the movie. Oh, finally, got it out.
12.
12 zone minutes. Unbelievable. Have you seen Guillermo del Toro's Bronstein?
Oh, boo.
No. All right. Schlenzo, what have you got for us?
Well, as you all know, we already had Thanksgiving. We're full of turkey. And you can
Yes.
hear those,
I remember that.
You can hear those sleigh bells ringing because it's December.
I
Ryan.
hear them.
That's right. And I decided on a radical idea for my Holly Jolly decommendations, and that is a holiday special sequels. So here's number 1. It's Christmas Time Again, Charlie Brown. That's really the name. Don't you just love that? This is the last Peanuts special CBS ever ordered, and it debuted in 1992. Naturally, it can't compete with the first Charlie Brown special, but this one is charming and still gives you that nice cozy feeling that you really love from specials, right? While it is just a collection of holiday-related vignettes, it does not ask a lot from you, and it makes for perfect background noise for gift wrapping or part of your holiday special marathon, which I really hope more people are doing these holiday special marathons because we can't get by on The Grinch alone. This is streaming on Apple, but according to Wikipedia, it was first available as a VHS sold exclusively at Shell gas stations, and I suspect that is the optimal way to watch it.
I'll try
At a
to find
gas station. Right. Gotcha.
I'll try to find a Shell gas station. All the later Peanuts ones freak me out because it's all different kids, right? They don't.
Oh, yeah.
They sound
Yeah,
similar,
because the
but
kids get aged. You can't use
Exactly.
them. You can't use
You're
them as
not
adults.
wrong.
It would
what's
be great
interesting-
if they kept the adults doing doing all the same character voices.
Well, the guy who played Charlie Brown had a really rough life in the 90s. He was in and out of jail, and he's dead now.
Oh, well,
Thanks for
thanks.
bringing
On
it
that
down.
positive note, Ben, what have you got for us?
While Rad may be the definitive sports movie featuring the talents of Talia Shire, my recommendation is no less worth seeing. Justin loves it and referenced it. It's 1976's Rocky. I decided to watch the first 3 Rocky films last weekend for no particular reason, of which I'd only say I've seen the first one before going in. And I'd like to illustrate how great Rocky is by comparing it directly to Rocky 2 for a short minute, if I may. Rocky is a sports movie. I hate sports movies. It's a drama. Less of a fan of those as well. As Maynard likes to say, where are the robots? It's a Stallone film. Don't really find Stallone to be all that charismatic. What I'm trying to say is, on paper, this is not a Ben film, yet I love it. I really do. And the reason is it's honest and genuine to this poor suburb and the people and downtrodden people that live there that never really got their chance. It really does that well. Rocky lives in that suburb. He is that suburb. He works out alone with hammers and tires and runs desolate streets, pushing himself further and further all the way up to the top of the steps of that Capitol building. Just him in the city alone. Unlike, say, Rocky 2, where he has everything going for him and the whole city follows him on every run. Rocky has that line that's really poetic. Ain't gonna be no rematch, don't want one. Man, how great are those two lines together? Saying we're really giving it all here, right now, no matter the outcome. Unlike Rocky 2, where, yeah, there's a rematch. They wanted one. Just completely subverts the whole point. Or the end, where the final bell rings, and all he cares in that moment is to make sure that Adrian didn't skip town. Whether he won or lost, that's all fading into the background of the jumbled cuts. Adrian, he yells, and it's just an iconic line. It's the only thing he cares about. The fight is less important. Unlike the last line of Rocky 2, which is, yo, Adrian, I won the fight. I guess what I'm saying with my recommendation is that I really hope someone takes issue with my stance here because I really want to prosecute this on this show. You don't like my review, Mick? You think my review stinks? That's right, it stinks. My whole life stinks.
To be clear, that's to prosecute Rocky 2, not Rocky 1.
Yes. And in the meantime, we'll all give Ben a hug.
Yeah, he needs it.
Justin, you like Rocky 2?
Like a Yogi Bear. You think my review stinks?
I'm more of a 1 and 4 fan, so yeah.
Hell yes.
Ooh, 4. Interesting. I like 3. It's got Hulk Hogan.
I like Creed.
Mr. T is so freaking jacked in Rocky 3, though. It's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, he was in training for WrestleMania, obviously.
That's true.
No, I think that's years later, but
you
get there. Which one has the robot? 3?
4.
4.
Okay.
Although he's cut out of the director's cut.
What?
Which is ridiculous and will not be considered.
God, how dare. That's no fair. We got to keep more robots in movies.
We need to have that robot that Paulie's definitely fucking.
We need to have that robot that gives all that bad workout advice. I'm going to find that one. But with that, we are all out of show. But we want to thank our guest, Justin Andrews, for joining us. Thank you so much, Justin.
Yes, thank you for having me. Yeah, it was fun.
We're going to have you back for Big Trouble in Little China. We don't know, but we'll try.
Maybe that'll go a little better.
Little Trouble in Big China, maybe. And we hope everyone will join us then as well as the Reels of Justice keep turning.
Down it.
He's fucking that robot.
Just like Lando. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Please follow us on Twitter at Reels of Justice, Instagram Reels of Justice, and Facebook.com/Reels of Justice.